Hi, ladies and dudes, and welcome back for my part 2 of it of all 7 rankings of all 7 seasons of Outlander. And I only got 3 seasons left. 3 most important seasons that finally made it to the top tier. And I guess you want to know which one of the 3 seasons will make it to the final 3. So, here we go. So, coming at 3rd place has to go to the 5th season. And I really did enjoy the 5th season very darn much. I will say the best episode I have ever watched from the 5th season will always be the first one. The Fiery Cross. The part where Brianna and Roger had finally gotten married and Jamie and Claire accept their blessing. It's a very well done and a good fast-paced storyline from start to finish. And yeah, I will admit, the funniest part about that first episode where you see the 3 couple having sex. One from Jamie and Claire, one from Meta and Jamie's aunt, and the last one is Brianna or Roger. After all, that was so darn crazy. I guess you could count it as one of the biggest big-lipped alligator moments of all time. Is you see 3 couples making love in one episode, and you'll never see it again for the rest of your lives. And yes, I will admit, this season 5 does have a couple of characters who do have storylines. Roger had a storyline about what happened to his throat. We got Brianna's storyline where she cannot stop thinking about that terrible crook who had truly raped her back from season 4. And we have Marcelly's storyline where she's finally becoming a much better person as before, and she became Claire's apprentice, becoming a nurse and learned how to help people out with their problems with illness or a breaking bone or something. And also we got Ian's storyline about the reason why he returned to Fraser's Ridge. I'm glad that his beloved dog is there, and I also fell in love with that cat. The cat that Jamie and Claire had. And I will admit, for season 5, it had the most darkest finale ever. Something that we will never forget in TV show history, and also your favorite character passed away. Well, you know which one it is. So I put that in 3rd place. Here's one of them. So here's the one that deserves to be at 2nd place. Has to go to the 7th season. And yes, I really did enjoy the 7th season very darn much. I will say it does have some very good amount of episodes. And some of the episodes here and there did have some very good, interesting storylines. I will say the best one, in my opinion, are the 2 main episodes. One says hello and goodbye. The part where Ian is going to marry Rachel and everything's back to normal for Jamie and Claire after the drama that poor Claire has been through for just a few episodes here and there. Well, you guys get the picture. And yeah, she's finally back with Jamie, and her beloved's not dead. And also Roger he finally found his father at long last. But he only knew him for a short period of time, and that short amount. And also the 100,000 Angels. I also fell in love with that episode too. That had a pretty well done storyline. It's very heartwarming and yet heartbreaking at the same time. And we already know what happened to Claire. She got shot by one of the soldiers, and Jamie was there to take good care of her. Well, after the Hunter people finally got the bullet out of her stomach, he did take good care of her for a couple of weeks and make sure she can stand again. And we got Williams' storyline where he wants to find Jane and he wants to make sure that he will protect her. But sadly, it was too late. The poor young lady had died. And yeah, there's a shocking plot twist at the end that nobody sees coming, so I don't want to spoil that one for all of you. Something we all did not know. And also another good part about this season 7 is they have some very good amount of new characters. I will say the Hunter siblings are like doing the Shakespeare thing. I guess you could say they are William Shakespeare's great over 9,000 grandchildren. Since I think they learned how to speak Shakespeare in some ways. Yeah, the way they speak. And this is the only time that Outlander Season 7 has a modern day villain. This is the only time they have a modern day villain, and they never had that ever again for the rest of the season. And I will say my favorite new character from Season 7 is really Buck. I will say Buck is a well-written character and also a good flesh out and a very darn useful character in the whole entire show. And I'm kind of shocked that he is the son of that Caroly Scottish dude and the red-headed cuckoo lady. And yeah, there's a couple returning characters that we knew from the previous seasons. And yes, they did some hidden Easter eggs and throwbacks and something that we knew so far in the whole entire story. And yeah, I'll have to let you know it does have a couple of big-lipped alligator moments, so you better pay attention to this season very carefully. It did have some big-lipped alligator moments that happened one time and one time only, and you'll never see it, heard, or mention about it ever again. So this is a big-lipped alligator season. So you better pay attention to this one very carefully. I will admit it does have a few flaws. I don't like the part where Lord John was being such a jerk to his nephew and he doesn't accept the blessing of what type of woman he wants to marry. There was one point where it's a forced marriage. Lord John is going to marry Claire. I know it's a fake thing, but there was a part where poor Claire I think she looks kind of sick, and she looks kind of pale, and it feels like she got involved with too much stress. Maybe it would be better if Lord John should thought of Claire as a sister. That's for sure. And I feel bad for poor Jane. She's the only character that we knew for a short period of time. I wish we got to know a little bit more about her. So yeah, I will admit this show does have a few flaws here and there, but at least it's a good runner-up to the whole entire series of Outlander. So yeah, hands down on that. So it deserves to be a second place. Finally, at long last, ladies and dudes, we are finally here to the first place. And I guess you want to know is which one of the Outlander seasons deserves to be in the main top tier. The best of the best. The creme de la creme. Something that will shock you all. So coming at first place goes to the third season. And I'm sorry, that's my cat River. I guess you heard her meow. I guess she's concerned about her squirrels. Yeah, she really loves squirrels. She just likes looking at them. She wants to know if they're there outside. That's for sure. But anyway, let's head back to the very first place. The third season. I will say the third season is the best season ever for Outlander. And I will say, in my own opinion, it had the best storyline ever. Truly the best storyline from start to finish. And I just fell in love with the storyline. You know, about what happened in Claire and Jamie's later on life. And it's a roller coaster ride for them. You know, Claire is back in her own time where she belongs. She's trying to work things out with Frank. And they're working really hard to take care of Brianna, you know, while she's growing up. And Sally, poor Claire and Frank's marriage is about to fail, and things are not doing so well for them. And it feels like they're ready to get divorced. Yep. And as for Jamie's storyline, he's just heartbroken and down. He'll never see his beloved Sassane ever again. He has to find a way to survive without her. You know, doing some hunting and try to take care of his family. And there was one point he got arrested. He got involved with prison. And he was working with these British people, you know, doing some service work, and he got forced to be with this woman who gave birth to her son and all that stuff. But I think the most important thing that we all been waiting for after the event of the second season is, will ever Jamie and Claire ever reunited and start all over again from scratch? And overall, our wish had finally came true. And they start on their own adventure of their next chapter after 20 long years had passed. I will say the best episode for me was Eye of the Storm. I really love that episode so darn much, and yeah, it has something to do with the return of the red-headed cuckoo lady. It is strange to see her again, but I understand. At least she's very darn interesting to the third season, so we get to know what the heck had happened to her after the events of the first season. And yeah, she is truly cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Yeah, I remember there was a part in episode 12 that she did that was cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Yeah, when you see episode 12, you know what I talk about. But I really did enjoy episode 13. I will say that was the best storyline I have ever seen for so many years. Oh yeah, and also, I know everybody's concern is, what is your favorite sex scene from Claire and Jamie? And since there is a couple of sex scenes here and there, I will say that the one from episode 6 in season 3 is truly the best sex scene I have ever seen in TV show history. And you can understand why. They really like making love to each other, and they just can't stop touching their bodies and just, you know, give me 1,000 kisses. I wonder if they ever reached to that goal every time they had sex. You know, to reach over 1,000 kisses. I know, it's crazy, right? So overall, ladies and dudes, I will say for the very first place has to go to the third season. It is the best Outlander season ever, in my own opinion. And there we go, ladies and dudes. I'm done. I'm done with my rankings of all 7 seasons of Outlander. And I hope everybody is ready for season 8. I wish I could see it if I have Star. But sadly, I don't, because I don't want to waste my money and try to call somebody on the phone and get Star so I could see the whole entire season, the 8th season of Outlander. So I have to wait to get it on Blu-ray and DVD. Yep, that's for sure. So anyway, ladies and dudes, that is it for now, and I will get going on my next project. I will do my movie review of Wall-E, so I can get ready for Valentine's Day, and I think it's a perfect choice for a movie to do Valentine's Day, if you know what I mean. So be prepared for my next one to come, and I'll see you all later, and sayonara!